is the hand cannoneers, the Chinese hand cannoneers with the X range and the movement speed by the Yuan Dynasty. But here comes the game. As you can see, LucifroN is playing with the China and PuppyPaw as well. VortiX on the English and Wam on the Abbasid.
Yeah, this makes sense. This is roughly what I expected here from the civilization split. I mean, Lucifron China, it's going to be interesting. I wonder what we'll see from him. So we got PuppyPaw here playing it. It's actually a China mirror as well.
Yeah, it's a China mirror. I wonder how many TCs we're gonna see in this game against between the two Chinese players. Like, can you imagine the Abbasid and the English like hardcore fighting? The English players just pushing and more longbowmen, more horsemen, more spearmen, more Melatron. The Abbasid players. Abbasid players like camera archers and everything on the field. Meanwhile, the two China players with 16 C's just booming, chilling, and like talking about how his life.
I don't think we'll see 60 Cs. I think I found out the hard way through a lot of China mirrors that you don't want to do more than 2 TC song. It's just timing wise, it doesn't really work too much. You're gonna be investing way too much food just to have like uptime on all of your town centers at that point in time, and it really doesn't make like that big of a difference anymore. It kind of falls off with like the early investment that we have. So I think it'll just be 2 TC for PuppyPaw, but with Lucifron, I'm not so sure.
I think they will chill, to be honest with you, as I said, but we're gonna find out in like a few minutes. But let's see. Justin Field, as I said before, it has 3 deer patch per player. So Pro Scout, you're gonna buy me in Pro Scout is really good on this map, and China can go Pro Scout easily because also it's boosting the meal, so you're gonna get the upgrade faster out as well.
Yeah, Pro Scouts in China Mirror are definitely something that can work really, really well. Forces your opponent into a really, really early food transition onto farms, which is not something that you would like to do because China, they want to place their farms around granaries. Now, granaries cost a little bit more, they're also a little bit bigger. So if you want to like kit out a granary with farms all around it, you can easily be investing like over 1,000 wood into just a single granary there.
Also, can you see that north of the Lucifron is so clear? You can put those juicy granaries there. Like, look at that. Here's just a clear path, no berries, nothing, fully clear. And all those just putting all those granaries, a stone wall, and here you go. All the food is being secured.
Yeah, I think if any of these players, though, would go for the Pro Scout approach, it would probably be Lucifron. Now we see PuppyPaw actually going a little bit outside here. He's not going to be starting with an Imperial Academy. He's going to be starting with a Barbican. I think that's a little bit of a mistake, just because China players, they tend to not play that aggressively early on, or at least not for the first 5 minutes. And in those first 5 minutes, you can easily reach Song Dynasty, and you get a little bit of bonus resources out of your Imperial Academy. Wait, is Lucifron? Ah, he's doing the thing. He's slaving all the deer from PuppyPaw here.
And also, look at VortiX. VortiX age up is insanely fast. So
Yeah,
that's going to be a really aggressive English. Really aggressive.
Sub 4 minute age up against the Abbasid. Abbasid here with the eco wing, not the military wing. So, yeah, 352. That's a very good age up timing here for the English. And immediately longbows. Yeah, as you said, this is going to be insanely aggressive there. Not even thinking about a second TC. I mean, Wam, he knows. He scouted this. He will have to know that he will have to invest into... Yeah, he went out to stone. He noticed, oh, wait, this is not going to happen in time. And he decided to allocate his villagers differently. So he knows that he'll have to invest into military before he can go for a second TC here.
Yes, he can already feel that. Like, if I go stone right now, I'm not going to have food. Like, I gathered all the stone I needed. But wait. Even I gathered it, now I need a lot of wood, and I'm not gonna get it in time because his longbows are already at my doorstep and knocking like, hey, we are here. We have to destroy something here.
Yeah, and when you get your scout in as well, it can be really hard to like protect your wood line from those longbows. They can just be running around the wood line, trying to hit it from different sides. It can be really tough to protect that. Now we already see horsemen coming out here for Wam. Right now, VortiX, he doesn't have a barracks. Instead, it looks like he's now trying to invest into a second TC.
Oh,
he's
that's
gonna get it
very
sooner.
smart. This is the fake aggression. I know this kind of playstyle. This is really famous on between pro players. Yeah, just spamming out a few longbow men, you know, like trying to look scary. Okay, now I need to make a stable. I need to make horsemen. But meanwhile, the English player, he faked out all the aggression. He gonna get his second or third TC much faster than the Abbasid, because now he's reacting, right? His blood pressure is really high. Like he's making 1, 2, 3 horsemen. Okay, I need to protect my base. Meanwhile, as you can see, his scout did not scout the English second TC stone yet. So now he's sending all his horsemen and everything, and it's like, where's the longbow man? He was really aggressive. He went next stage very, very fast. Where are all the aggressions? Like I don't see a single longbow man. Here you go. Second TC faster than the Abbasid player. Look at that.
I think Wam still played this relatively smart. Speaking of how much he invested into his horsemen, so he only invested into 2 horsemen. That's a combined value of like 390 resources. VortiX actually invested more into those longbows that he produced. It's a little bit less efficient for Wam because it just goes against his game plan. Also, he had to gather resources that don't contribute to a second TC. So yeah, he is going to be delayed, but he's not going to be terribly delayed. Like, he can still get that relatively quickly. Like, now he has the resource to drop his second TC as well. There we go, second TC is going to be coming in soon. And I think he can also easily go for third TC. Now we see... Wait, PuppyPaw? That's too much stone. Is PuppyPaw actually going for the 3 TC?
Remember what I said in the China mirror? Remember what I said?
That's greedy. In the China mirror, the third TC is definitely a little bit on the too greedy side, in my opinion. I hope he can pull it off. I mean, sure, you do get another deer pack here, so maybe he will have enough food to sustain it, unless Lucifron tries to like pull some sneaky stuff with Pro Scouts. Doesn't look like it right now, and now we see Wam also going for the third TC.
And also, you can see Lucifer just started to get their stone. So he's going next 2TC or 3TC as well. But he just started to get their stone. So he's really behind in the number of TCs. He got Song Dynasty faster, but the TC is coming later.
Yeah, I think that's where like the micro difference with China starts to settle in a little bit. I rarely see Lucifron play China, like if at all. I think I've never seen him play China on ladder. Yeah, it's it would be reasonable for him to like not have like the perfect macro behind like every single civ. And I think China is probably like Lucifron's weakest civ, if I would have to guess at least.
He's on those deers eating that with the Imperial official. That's gonna support a few villager for sure. But do you agree with the town center on the deer patch where he has already the Barbican protecting it?
Yeah, it's he's definitely gonna be losing out. If he had a mill there with an Imperial official, he could definitely supervise that. He would get roughly 80 gold on top of quite a lot of food. He would probably get like 600, 700 bonus food out of that. If he just supervised it with an Imperial official, and that's a lot. That's a lot of villagers in terms of food. That's why you never really want to
the amount of
place it like that.
TCs? Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4 TCs. This is just super greedy playstyle here from the Canadian brothers. One goes 3 TC, the other goes 4 TC. In theory, the 3 TC player is also on 4 TCs with Song Dynasty, so this is quite a heavy investment into the economy right now from the Canadians. Not a lot of military on the field, and VortiX, he is pushing military, so he is now on the aggression, but behind that, he's also got a lot of villagers on gold, so this aggression very likely is gonna be behind a transition into Castle Age.
It's kind of insane to see, like, as we talk about that, PuppyPaw on 3 TC as well. But look at Lucifron, he is 3 TC as well. And I think, can we check Lucifron's stone? I'm really curious if he is still getting stone.
Nah, Lucifron, no! The greed has to stop somewhere! Surely you're not going for another TC here.
See what I said about the Chinese?
What is this? I think Lucifron is just doing that because of like the Chinese stereotype of booming. He's like, oh yeah, I know China do big boom, I go for TC. This is insane. But like PuppyPaw and Wam right now, they got a firm villager lead. They're leading with 6 villagers relatively early on into the game. And if they're leading with 6 villagers now, that's just only going to increase as time passes here. And now VortiX knows, wait, right side there's a TC, middle side there's a TC, left side there's a TC. Where do I push this angle from, man?
But to be honest with you, if the win condition would be who has the more TCs, I'm pretty sure PuppyPaw and Wam would win that.
Oh, VortiX, he's preparing the Rams though. He said, enough with your TCs. I'm gonna burn those TCs down.
What do we have in defense? We have only 3 archers and 4 horsemen against the 7 spearmen, 12 longbowmen.
That's a good age-up timing here right now from Lucifron. He's already aging up. Wait, how many villagers does he have on that astronomical clock tower? That has to be like 16.
That's
Never
really
mind,
fast.
it's 11. It's 11. That's still really fast.
Oh wow, welcome to China.
Yeah, true. True. And he's preparing knights behind that. I mean, PuppyPaw, he's prepared a lot of barracks, so he could go into mass spearmen. But Lucifron with knights is always something to be afraid of.
16. As you can see, like PuppyPaw was already setting up all those. Oh, the scout, the typical scout on the wall. Well, I'm not getting paid well to build these walls. I'm already paying taxes.
Yeah, that villager is taking his 3 o'clock lunch break right now. He's gonna be back later to finish that wall if the scout moves back by that time. I think he noticed now, and now he's also walling on the other side, but those knights should be coming in soon. Yep, there's the first 3 knights. And Lucifron, he made a little hole there so he can sneak past the Barbican without sacrificing anything. And now we see Spearmen being made here from PuppyPaw. But the deer, I'm not sure if those spearmen are going to be created in time unless he supervises those barracks.
Scout just goes back to the between walls, the little holes, still staying here, be like, alright, that's the other job I got from the boss, so I'm gonna stay here and be the hole in the wall.
Oh, that Imperial Official goes down. That's 150 resource of value that Lucifron just got there. Even more because the villagers right after that decide to drop off. That's 20 gold that PuppyPaw is going to be missing out with that drop off.
And also not just that, but
one.
he has to remake it.
Yep, and another Imperial Official goes down. Lucifron, he's just running around picking off villagers left, right, front, and center. And I mean, right now, the Canadian brothers still have a firm eco advantage when it comes to the numbers, but that's a lot of idle time and even more dead villagers. And at this point in time, I'm quite sure that PuppyPaw has not been supervising this barracks because he really needed it. He needed way more spearmen out on the field. How many does he have in queue? He has 8 spearmen in queue, but he needs them on the field right now.
Also, Wart is going H3 as well. Wam already reached H3.
I think he probably aged up with the White Tower, right?
No, it was the
No,
King's
it was
Palace.
the King's Palace. Yeah, okay, so it is the King's Palace. It's a forward King's Palace. You would never have seen that back when it still only had 2,500 HP. That's what confused me. I saw that landmark forward, I was like, wait, I saw King's Palace, surely that can't be King's Palace, but it is, okay. The forward King's Palace, the rare, the spicy forward King's Palace that we see here. PuppyPaw now also mining a lot of stone, maybe thinking to get a protective keep up or something like that along the lines. Nest of bees coming out firing.
I don't know
the
why
knights.
PuppyPaw didn't finish those walls. Like, the knights can just easily go in and like, we are here to do our job.
Well, the
So
Barbican's
he
kinda
should finish.
blocking them, and there's an outpost from Lucifron that, yeah, he would have to wall in a weird janky kind of way in order to completely close it, but it's definitely worth it. Definitely worth to completely close that off. Same goes for VortiX though. He's just walling towards that. He's like creating his own little choke point. The question is if creating a choke point is enough there. The longbows with the veterancy upgrade still doing a lot of damage against those knights with the armor.
I wonder if Wam did got any range upgrade. Ooh, that's a free nest of bee.
Ooh, villagers being found here from VortiX by Wam.
That's a slaughter.
There's so much going on. Like, villagers are dying everywhere on the map. Team Canada
But
still
it's a
has a
bigger
couple
problem
more.
for the English player because
Yeah.
a basic player like cheaper villager, 5 TC, he doesn't care losing villagers. But as the English player, he must care.
The clock tower ram.
Look at the HP on the dead
630 HP, yeah. Good luck taking that down anytime soon. That one has more HP than Roost Rams.
Casually, like Ram casually walking in a bar and it's like, hey, it's a toilet. Not anymore.
Oh, Lucifron is so active with those knights. It must be so annoying if you're PuppyPaw right now, just those knights, and you're not able to catch up quite in time. Now PuppyPaw is also transitioning into granaries, probably because of that outpost that Lucifron had there earlier. Those deer in the front of his Barbican, they're a little bit outside of his reach right now.
Remember when we talk about it, there's no white tower? Look at that, the Abbasid player is literally making siege in the field. What does it mean? That means the English player gonna be a harder time to make his own siege, since if he has a white tower, that's 100% faster production speed, so he can easily react to the mangonels or the enemy's pingles. Now he doesn't have the white tower, and it's gonna be a really slow react to the enemy siege.
Yeah, this game right now, PuppyPaw struggled a little bit to react to those knights in time, but now he looks in a really, really good position alongside with Wam, and they're somewhat dictating the game right now, having almost a 40 economy lead right now. Those knights, that's a lot of knights. 50 knights in the economy from VortiX here. Now he's really gonna be mad about not having walled that entire front side, just making a little choke point there, and that's gonna be a lot of villagers dying.
It's cause to we should cause mayhem right now, because we're gonna snipe all those villagers, he's saying right now in his mind.
Yeah, granary transition now also coming up from Lucifron. He doesn't have control over the left side, so he's gonna have to place him a little bit more safe right now. Now we see a keep from VortiX out as well, trying to protect that forward King's Palace. Maybe a little bit too greedy with the positioning there.
Yes, as we talked about it, it would be much better if it was the white tower. He could have easily reacted to the enemy siege. Right, he has a keep, he can make siege out of the keep, but it's not as fast as a white tower.
Yeah, the white tower, absolutely giga chat right now landmark-wise. It just gives you so much utility early on with the siege control. It used to be something that English always lacked, just because white tower didn't used to be that great of a landmark. Like when you get to Castle Age, it always felt like English is a little bit weak at that point in time. But with the recent buffs that we've seen to the English, they're transitioning from feudal age aggression into Castle Age military. It just feels way, way smoother than it did before.
And the biggest problem is still that Wam is sitting on VortiX economy. Like literally, you can see that all the knights. I think there's knights. Can we check VortiX space? I think that's Wam knights in his base, right?
Yeah, they're still just running around the entire time. Now, VortiX does have a lot of spearmen, but this is really, really limiting him when it comes to getting wood from, because that back wood line, there's not a lot left, and now we see PuppyPaw also trapping down the keep from Lucifron. Now Lucifron, he managed to get a lot of mass up as well, so he was lacking a little bit economically. Wait. Okay, I guess I see a game plan here in the making from Wam. He's going for the trade wing.
Yes, definitely. That's what I'm talking about. Like players can easily just, as I said, what we did as well, just dig the wood between the two players, get the first caveat, and after that you can set up a trade easily, because you're just gonna wall the middle, some stone walls, and hop, trade is on.
Now you're not gonna get as much trading to your friends market, just because the neutral markets, they give you like a buff. It's like 20 or 30%, I think, that it increases the amount of gold that you get from it. But in 2v2 maps, just because they're larger, it's still really, really worth it to trade. And that's a gatehouse wall if I've ever seen one.
Well, try to kill those villagers on those farms, because I'm pretty sure you will not be able to succeed that. Also, one thing that we need to mention, recently we got a patch which changed the trading a little bit. Way before it was like 3 traders every age, and now he's gonna get 5 traders, because he's going trade landmark in age 4. That's gonna be 5 traders immediately.
Value gained right there, damn. Yeah, that's gonna come into play here. I mean, he's probably close to being pop capped as well at the same time. Oh, Lucifron, that gatehouse is not going to be protecting your farms, at least not the way PuppyPaw is going to, and that's a lot of palace guards that we see there. I'm not sure if Lucifron even noticed that. Where's his military?
Yeah, the question, can we message the players? Wam is trading!
Wham indeed is trading right now, and now we see those palace guards. Yeah, Lucifron hasn't reacted to that yet.
Oh no, those villagers going down!
Ah, he's still the invisible horseman, not again. And now he notices, but only after 15 villagers have gone down. Now he's the one that's losing his imperial official as well, and he has to evacuate his entire food economy. That is not something that you want to do. Yeah, he was close to having enough food for imperial. Well, no, he has already imperial, but like he had a lot of food in the bank, and now it's gonna stall out. So at least he has a little bit left to produce military, but it's gonna be a while until he's able to completely re-secure his food income here.
You know, sometimes I love to hear the sound of like, it's break time, boys, but in this game, those villagers should not have break, because, oh, the enemy has a really huge food setup right now, and those H4 plus... Oh, look at that! Lucifron is sending rest to VortiX.
Yeah, so we also have some slinging going on here. 900 food, 600 wood. Food and wood, what's he gonna do with that? Probably more longbows, I would assume at least. And now VortiX is also gonna be able to age up with the Berkshire Palace, placing that a little bit further behind here. But with the extra range, he's still gonna have a lot of map control with that Berkshire Palace. Now, military-wise, the Spanish brothers still have a lot of military on the field, but still economy, almost a 50 economy difference here.
And the idle time is insane. Both players, Lucifer and VortiX, they are really just running around. Well, the traders didn't reach to the other side, but as you can see, PuppyPaw and Wam is really hard working to get a hole between them and send those traders to the market and get that gold rolling up.
Now we see the Berkshire Palace already having the incendiary arrows upgrade, so those arrows do quite a lot of damage there to those units, but is there a... No, there's no trebuchet. Wait, no, there are two trebuchets, okay. Trebuchets are going to be able to attack that from outside its range.
I love the range of the Berkshire, and not just the range, but how fast it shoots. Like, literally, it's a machine gun. It's not a simple keep.
Yeah, I think it's also a keep where you can put 20 units inside instead of just 15, so it's able to shoot even more arrows than a normal keep. Yeah, up to 20 units inside, and there we go. That's the machine gun effect there. The bombard actually losing HP rapidly.
It's 60 units, 20. Oh, look at that, look at that.
It's not a red palace, but it's something in between. Now, military, I mean, I'm looking at the military, I'm still seeing like the Spanish brothers having a sizable military lead, but when I look at the map and the map control that's being contested right now, I'm just not really seeing that military on the field. I'm wondering where it is. Okay, now we got the trade coming in. I think we're at the point in time where both players are pretty much completely pop capped at this point, so we should see some big fights coming in soon here.
We have a little bit of, you know, like none of the players are pushing really hard to each other. Now we are just setting up all the trades. We are having fun. We are laughing. I'm really curious what's happening on the China side. What are they doing? The two Chinese players.
There's a little bit of a kerfuffle here around the keep at least. Lucifron is trying to push from the side that the keep isn't protecting, but PuppyPaw behind that managed to put up a stone wall protecting that. So it's right now it's just about getting those keeps down in order to really efficiently push in. That's not a lot of gold that you get for the distance. Wait, actually, never mind. They're still going to the House of Wisdom instead of to the market in the
Yeah,
edge.
it's not the corner. It's not the corner yet. Also, the upgrades. Yes, the upgrades are not done yet.
Yeah, with the trade wing getting that 30% extra income as well as the 25% of an additional resource makes the trade wing a really, really strong landmark. And Wam is just able to cut VortiX completely off of wood right now. VortiX, he doesn't have any other wood income, and Wam coming in with the cheeky base Wololo here in order to annoy VortiX a little bit.
Well, it was your relic. It's ours now.
Sharing is caring, my friend, and now PuppyPaw, he's gonna make a keep inside the walls of Lucifron as well. Pulls a couple of villagers for that, and I mean, still, we see like the military advantage for Lucifron and VortiX, but I'm looking on the map and it's just not there. Like, the Canadian brothers are just able to push them with so many less units. It's kind of insane right now.
And look at all those raids, like keeping both Lucifer and VortiX idle on their villagers. And no, the palace goes down.
Yeah, that one is not going to be long for this world. Last trebuchet shot is going to come in. That marks the end of that. And with that, there's also no outpost. So VortiX right now, he doesn't even have the network of citadels up aura boosting his units.
I wonder what will happen in the next 1 minute, because without the base defense and only a small amount of units on the field, well, we have Lombomans, but if the opponent has a lot of Marathons and Knights, even the H4 Lombomans will not do as good as like having Encannias.
Yeah, that's true. Now you can get the attack speed upgrade on these longbows. With that, they actually do still like a formidable amount of damage from much greater range than those hand cannons. And I think to a large part that is enough, especially since he does have incendiary arrows already. These longbows are actually able to dish out an amazing amount of damage for their value while they're able to stay behind. But you have to protect them because wood, probably not on this map, but on other maps it can be a very valuable resource towards late game.
Well, look at that. As I said, of course, you have those archers, these longbowmans, but if the enemy has horsemen or knights, you can have a hard time when you don't have that amount of speedmen that you need to protect them. And look, he already lost a 15, almost 20 longbowmen in that fight, and just a couple of horsemen died.
Oh, PuppyPaw, he's just placing keeps everywhere now. Now in the farming economy from Lucifron. And Lucifron is going to have a tough time in order to get those down. I mean, he does have 2 bombards. I wonder where those 2 bombards are right now, because he definitely...
Oh no, look at that.
Yeah, that's like 30 villagers went down there.
He has only 50 villagers.
Oh, there we go. GG gets called. The Spanish brothers, they know that they will not be winning this one. So just too many villagers that went down in Lucifron's base. And I mean, he must have known that at that point, the economy difference was just a little bit too big.
I'm pretty sure the only reason why Lucifer and VortiX surrendered because they found out that Wam is trading.
What a game. Total unit counter. All of these players were pretty much maxed at the end, but there we see the villager count. It just wasn't looking that good for Lucifron in the end. Those raids really hit him hard, and yeah, I guess it's, as you said, China Diff in the end that managed to win the Canadian brothers the game.
As we started the conversation between the game, like, you know, like we talk about the factions, it's really gonna be a China diff. Like the better China player will win the jousting. Jousting is just about that. If your teammate is better Chinese player, then you will win. That's always happened and always will happen. China diff.